Hi, Jesse.
Hey Tom, how you doing?
How you been?
Oh yeah, I've been fine, thanks.
What have you been up to in, say, the last year or so since the last record came out?
Well, I spent a lot of last summer and fall writing and doing some touring. I did like a big tour last fall. Then I've been recording for most of the spring and doing intermittent touring in amongst the recording. That's been about it. I'm back on the road now.
Will you have a new album out soon?
It should be out in the fall, I believe. That's what they're saying anyway. Sometimes things get held up for one reason or another, but it looks like the fall.
Would you like to tell us a little bit about the record?
Sure. We made it in Memphis, Tennessee, at Willie Mitchell's studio, Cream High Records. And we used Willie's staff band there. Was Steve Cobb on the bass, Eddie Fisher on the drums, Michael Tolles on guitar, and Don Brown on the piano. And it came out real nice. I really like it, you know. Whether other people will remains to be seen, of course.
Are you doing any of the material in concert now while you're on tour?
I spring a song every now and then on it, yeah, you know, kind of testing the waters, and they seem to go over pretty good. So I think people are going to like it, yeah.
Well, let's listen to something from the last album that you made and then come back and talk some more, okay?
Right up.
Okay, that was Jesse Winchester. Jesse, you were telling me a while back that like your influences, Hank Williams and a lot of country music, got you started. Is that true?
Well, I actually didn't get seriously into listening to country music until I went to Canada. Before then, I was mainly interested in rhythm and blues and, well, rockabilly too, Elvis and Carl Perkins and all them. But then when Elvis went to Hollywood, I kind of settled into nothing but rhythm and blues for several years there till I went to Canada. And so I was listening to Bobby Bland and Little Junior Parker and all these people. And then when I went to Canada, there just wasn't that much rhythm and blues to be found. So I started listening to country. And I'd always heard country back when I was living in Tennessee, but never kind of listened to it much. I'm ashamed to say I always associated it with racism and sort of I don't know, a belligerent attitude about certain things that kind of turned me off for a long time. But I've since discovered, of course, that it has nothing to do with any of that.
Rockabilly is making a comeback now, at least in this area. Our station plays a lot of rockabilly, and the Burnett's, they're putting out records now. I mean, it's great that people are finally going back to the 50s. But while we're talking about that, do you like any of the new music that's out? Does any of it grab you?
Gee, I just hear what comes over the radio, and that only out of one ear, really. If I go to buy a record, usually it's in the country bin, you know. I'm not aware of all the new groups whose names I see. You know, I really don't know what their music sounds like. That's how ignorant I am, and I know some of it's good. I've heard some of it that people have pointed out to me that I've liked. So there's bound to be some good amongst it.
How did you get associated with the band, with Robbie Robertson and those folks?
I met Robbie through a friend of a friend named Gordon Shepard, who's a movie maker, and I believe he was living in Montreal at the time, and he brought us together. He was a friend of both of us.
Robbie's working, and he's starring in Carney. Did you know that, a movie that's...
Yeah. I haven't seen the movie, but I knew he was in it, yeah.
He does a great Fats Domino song. He does the Fat Man, and he added some of his own lyrics to it.
Right.
But it's great. We can listen to that. Okay, we're back. This is WHFS, Bethesda, Maryland. We're speaking with Jesse Winchester. He's at the Cellar Door tonight.
I'll be here through Sunday night.
Sunday night.
Yeah.
Who's with you, Jesse?
I'm playing solo now, and Bob Duback is opening the show. He's a comedian who sort of uses magic as a takeoff point, but he's basically a comedian.
Well, that's great. Do you find it a lot different playing by yourself than with the band? Or?
I sure do, yeah. It's a lot different. I much prefer it, just for 100 different reasons.
Are you going to do a solo tour for the next couple of months?
Well, one of the reasons that I prefer it is because I don't have to go out on 2 and 3 month long tours where I can never get home. As a solo, if I have 2 or 3 days off, it's just as economical for me to go home for 2 or 3 days so I can have a more normal family life than I could with a band. So I don't do these long sort of odyssey kind of tours anymore. I just go out for a week or so and then go home, work like that.
How is your family?
Everybody's fine, thank you.
Good. Is it hot up in Canada right now? It has been here. We've had this heat wave, a record-long heat wave.
Well, I just spoke to my wife, who says that it's coolish up there. She senses fall in the air. So I like that myself, but I can understand how it would make you sad.
Jesse, have you ever heard the covers of your songs done like by Jonathan Edwards and Emmylou Harris and Glenda Griffith?
Yes, I have. Sure have. Yeah, love them.
That's great that you're getting recognized, that people know what a good songwriter you are, and it's great that you don't cop out and go for that commercial sound or commercial hit, but it must take a lot of persistence.
Well, I hope you're not misreading my motives. I'm certainly in the music business, and I make no bones about it. If I don't make money at it, I can't continue in it. So, that being said, you have to maintain as much integrity as you can, and this is something that each person has to work out for himself. So, but I just want you to know that I'm not, some mendicant minstrel on the street,